Okay, let's just quickly look at some of the other user um, uh, preferences that you can set. When you open this on the Graphs tab, okay, show total force, these are tick, 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 and I just suggest you just leave them like that. But there's a couple of buttons down here, Advanced Multi-Byte, Occlusion Time Display, and Disclusion Time Display. What these means, the advanced is a bit complex. I'll click that in just a second. But if we look at these two, the occlusion time display, if we look at a movie that's got, let's pick one that's got occlusion and disclusion time. And when we look here and we see these little symbols, these little ticks and warning triangles that are set at occlusion time and disclusion time, the reason that they are there is in the user preferences for occlusion time, for example. This says put a tick in it if it's between 0 and 0.3%. If it's between 0.3 and 0.5, put a yellow warning triangle, and if it's outside, i.e. greater than 0.5, put this red warning triangle. Well, I'm going to just change that to zero point 0.2 there, because that's what I prefer. And for disclusion time, I'm going to change that, instead of between 0 and 0.5, I'm going to say 0 and 0.4 seconds. Give it a tick, up to between 0.4 and 0.7, a yellow triangle, and outside that range, give it a white warning triangle. Multi-byte, this basically says only include bytes that are 65% of the maximum byte. Include those in. If they fall below that, then reject them. And this just says that it has to be the force has to drop down to less than 1% to be deemed to be a new byte. That's okay. Leave that like that. And under the Advanced tab, this is where you can set when you get those warning messages about changing sensitivity. Um, it's a bit complex. The warning messages are fine. They're only a suggestion. I would just leave that alone because it makes little difference in the use of the system, I believe. Okay, so that's where you would change those.